Yeah, it's me, Matt. I'm here in Vegas, always in Vegas. Just going to do another video on harness racing. And because I'm here in Vegas, I can go down to all the race books, or I can use my horse racing app and bet on horse races, harness races, or thoroughbred here at home or wherever I am here in Nevada. But unfortunately, the menu is small compared to what I'd like to see. But I just want to show you, in case you come to Vegas, you want to bet harness races, the track you like may not even exist here. Because what they only let me bet on certain tracks. I don't get it. I really do not get it. All of the race books are the same. There was a rumor that MGM had a horse racing app, and they were coming to Nevada soon. And it wasn't in the Google store where the apps are, but I found it at their website. I downloaded. They had everything you'd ever want for horse racing. But the reason why it wasn't in the app stores is it's illegal here. They're not set up to do it. So I don't know. Maybe someday MGM will show up here. You know, they have sports app, but not the horse racing. But as it stands now, and it's almost irritating to even read this stuff. Put my glasses on here. I can bet on the Meadowlands, Philadelphia. Not all these tracks are running at the same time. Dover Downs, Pocono, but not right away. Like right now, they've got a Pocono meet running, but I can't bet on it. They don't offer it. It's like they have to wait 7 weeks, 8 weeks before I can start betting on it. I don't understand that. It really irritates me. Mohawk, Yonkers, Northfield. I get 2 half-mile tracks. I don't like half-mile tracks, but I get those 2. Scioto, when they're racing there. Hoosier Park, Hawthorne for what it's worth, and Cal-X. That's it. And Hawthorne, it's a mile track, and that's nice, but you know, just handicapping Hawthorne is just so depressing because that was such a great harness state, you know, for so long. I used to love betting, handicapping Balmoral and Maywood, a mile track, a half-mile track. That the drivers would go back and forth, and the horses would, and you have to really. It was a really great puzzle. But now they're down to Hawthorne for harness and Hawthorne for thoroughbred. I don't even think they care about horse racing. It wouldn't surprise me in the next 2 or 3 years there's no horse racing left in Illinois, which is sad. Well, they'll still have that old Fairmount Park, but it's near Missouri. I think FanDuel bought them out. That'd be sad. The only track left is the old Fairmount Park. But yeah, and then you know, and Cal-X is, it's kind of depressing only because it used to be so great. It was always California harness racing was always an island in of itself. There was hardly any shippers, but it was still really good harness racing. Good drivers, good horses. Now it's just well, it's Cal-X. I'll bet that, and I'll handicap it, but it's probably less depressing than Hawthorne. And that's about it. You know, they have the Delaware County, which is more of a spectacle than anything in Ohio every year, with all the young trotters. But the tracks that I wish I could bet on, that I don't get to bet on, and there's just a few, but well, Miami Valley in Ohio, Miami Valley in Ohio, it's a winter track, and it's the same drivers that I see and trainers that are at Scioto. And Dayton seems to be a little bit of a circuit there. I like to bet Dayton, but I'd love to bet Miami because there's not as much racing in the wintertime. And Miami's got good purses, good field size. I don't know why I can't bet it other than I live behind the Iron Curtain of harness racing. They don't offer it. Also, the Meadows which is a track that, if you're not familiar with it, it's in the far western part of Pennsylvania. But it's not that far from Northfield. I don't like Northfield that much, but it's a 5/8 oval, and I am familiar with a lot of the drivers at the Meadows are the same ones at Northfield, so that's pretty cool. And it's a 5/8. I really like the 5/8 track because I just cut my teeth at Los Alamitos on 5/8 oval. It's kind of like my mother tongue for harness analysis. Other than that, the Red Mile every year, I wish I could bet on. That's pretty cool. Good racing there. And you know, the half mile tracks I don't like, but for some reason after Dover Downs shuts down, a lot of the horses and trainers and drivers go to Harrington. It's a half mile track, but you know, I like to take a shot at it because I'm so familiar with the drivers and the trainers. Can't bet Harrington. Can't bet Harrington. Can't bet the Red Mile. Can't bet Miami Valley, Dayton, and the Meadows. Everything else, you know, I don't know. But Buffalo, Batavia, you know, there's a half mile tracks. I was watching some. Today there's only 3 tracks operating. Northfield and Miami and Saratoga had some day racing. I was watching Saratoga. It's a little half mile track. I doubt that if they offered that to me, I'd bet on it. Probably the only half mile track would be Harrington. But still, I just wish that there was more choice. I wish there was more competition, so you had different menus available. You know, act like it's like having 10 different restaurants in town. You go to the restaurant and every restaurant has the same menu. I mean, what's the point? I really irritates me. And I know harness isn't what it used to be. They're not going to be making as much money off harness as they do with thoroughbred. But still, how much could it cost them to do this? I mean, today it's not like they're bookies. Today, all the money is just transferred into the pools at the racetrack, and they just take their cut. Maybe I'm not understanding something here, but I wish I had more choice. And I see these betting daily racing form, and there's a whole bunch of these places where you can sign up, cash deposit, and make bets on anything. And I'm living in Vegas, and I can't bet on anything. You know, it's like it's backwards, really. I mean, you think there'd be more choice here in Vegas, but anyway, I had to get that off my chest. So if you've never been to Vegas, or you want to come here and bet on harness racing, you know, it's real limited what they offer. But anyway, had to complain about that. I don't understand what the heck's going on here. Maybe someday MGM will show up with their app where you can bet on just about everything. That'd be nice, you know. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'm out of here.